Welcome to part 2 of 10 reasons why Twilight is better than Harry Potter. Number 6. OMGGG. Harry Potter is messed up. Like, seriously, he needs with a Z, to grow up and stop being so boring. Because Edward is like way more amazing. There's no love in Harry Potter, and nobody's hot. Who wants to read a book without hot peeps? Apparently people who aren't shallow. To say that there is no love in Harry Potter is a completely ignorant statement, which proves to me that you have clearly not read the book, because had you read the book, you would know that Harry Potter's whole existence is because of love. His mother's love protected him from when Voldemort went to kill him, and that is why he lived. Love doesn't only exist between a boyfriend and a girlfriend. Love exists between family and friends as well. There's so much love in Harry Potter, it's ridiculous. And I mean that in a good way. I mean, Sirius Black. Him and Harry had made plans to eventually maybe live together in a home, and so Harry could have love and experience a good home, because he didn't experience that. His friends love him, and they have their highs, they have their lows, but they get through it, and they still love each other. There's so much love, it's ridiculous. Could you be any more shallow? There's no hot peeps in Harry Potter. First of all, may I remind you, Robert Pattinson played Cedric Diggory in The Goblet of Fire. So you just insulted your own book series and movie series. Good one. And actually that's where I first saw him, was The Goblet of Fire, and I thought, oh, that guy's kind of cute actually. As a matter of fact, I find several of the actors in Harry Potter to be quite attractive. I mean, hell, I used to have a crush on Daniel Radcliffe. I don't have a crush on him so much now, but I definitely did when I was a kid. I still think he's pretty good looking though. I will admit that I do enjoy eye candy in a movie, but in this case, it's really not the most important thing. Number 7. Each book in the Twilight series has a different storyline. It's mainly about Bella's love story, but in the first book it was about how Edward had to save Bella because she's a damsel in distress. And in each book, the story changes. The main reason of the book is for Bella to become a vampire. Then, after that, it is the story with Renesmee. In Harry Potter, it takes 7 or 8 books to get to the point. Killing the one who must not be named, it drags on and becomes boring. The fact that they even guessed how long the series is, 7 or 8 books? Yeah, it's 7 books. Just more proof that they didn't read the books. Sure, the story is all about killing Voldemort, but the reason why it takes so long is because it's building and building and building and building. You have a climax, and then you have the ultimate battle, and that's it. One loses, one wins. And not only that, but she's building an intricate world that you can place yourself into when you're reading. That's what it's all about. Also, she said that they have 7 years of school, even though the last one they don't really go to school, because they kind of can't. But that's the whole idea. Number 8. Twilight has a more reasonable plot than Harry Potter. Look at Harry and you'll see he's more angsty than Bella. Let that sink in for a second. Let's move on. And all the Harry Potter books are like Harry being...
My like sucks.
Yeah, they actually said like instead of life. And then Voldemort shows up and he's all like,
I'm going to kill you.
and then Harry's all like,
No way.
and then Harry, spoiler alert, wins in the end. It's way obvious, especially when the author already tells you how many books there's going to be. I mean, why can't we live in suspense on what's going to happen next? Twilight gives us that suspense, that something amazing is going to happen that Harry Potter never gave me. Plus, Harry Potter is a wizard, and get ready for this one, wizards are demonic creatures. So not only do us Harry Potter fans smoke pot, but we also worship Satan. It's absolutely ridiculous. Who would want to root for a demon as the good guys? In Twilight, everyone's a vampire. Not everyone is a vampire, and vampires aren't Satan's spawn. At this point, I'm not so sure about that. Twilight has a more reasonable plot. If you mean reasonable as in simple, yes, it does have a much more simple plot. Harry Potter has a simple plot, though it can get complex at times. It isn't that hard to follow, unless you're brain dead, but if you've been reading Twilight, that might actually explain a lot. He's angsty in the 5th book because he just witnessed Cedric Diggory's death, and he's seen Voldemort alive, and on top of that, the Ministry of Magic denies Voldemort's return. Spoiler alert, Sirius dies. Sirius was like the closest person he had to family, other than his real family who treated him like crap. Number 9. In Harry Potter, all they do is fly around on brooms and kill people with magic sticks, wands. I mean, really? I don't understand why you wouldn't want to fly around on a broomstick. And they don't just kill people with magic wands, they train. For example, Dumbledore's army. They use them to mostly fight off the people who want to kill them, and they don't even really need wands to do magic. Number 10. Edward Cullen. Need I say more? Again, no, because that just shows the complete and utter shallowness of some of the fans of Twilight. Her closing statement, I'm assuming this is a girl. I mean, no offense to Harry Potter fans. It's good and all, but come one. They really put that. You really think Harry Potter is better than Twilight? Go ahead. You spelled that wrong. Say whatever you want about me, but my honest opinion, also spelt wrong, is that Twilight is much better than Twilight. Yes, they actually put that. I had to double check it just to make sure I was right. Really, this should be called 7 reasons why Twilight is better than Harry Potter, because 3 of the reasons are the same thing. For example, number 3, hot guys. Number 6, hot guys. Number 10, hot guys. I know I'm doing the whole read through Eclipse thing, and I'm really just doing that for fun. Although it hasn't been a lot of fun for me because the book, it hurts to read. The first 2 chapters were at least 30 pages and it's just literally nothing. It's really boring. You can like Twilight, that's fine, that's your thing. I understand that. If you're going to make an argument in favor of Twilight, you need to have legitimate reasons as to why it's better than Harry Potter. At least 3 of these I consider to be ridiculous. Claiming that the characters are hot is a stupid reason. I mean, I can see why you would claim that the characters are hot, because that's what the books are about, unfortunately. But it doesn't really help your argument, because most Harry Potter fans don't really care about the looks of the characters. It's the story that counts, it's the heart behind it, it's the meaning to it, and Twilight just doesn't seem to have that. I'd be more than happy to hear why you think Twilight is better than Harry Potter, as long as your points are valid and don't consist of,
Oh my god, Edward is so hot. Jacob is way hotter than Edward. You betch.